Hi, I'm Christina from the WABN Real News, and we went around asking staff members how they feel about the upcoming election and what they look for in a presidential candidate.
The most important thing to me right now in the presidential race here is that Donald Trump doesn't get elected as president. But to be serious, I think immigration and education are the top two issues that we should be dealing with in the election.
Well, I'm just looking for some honest dialogue. I'm just tired of the two sides, the two parties blaming each other for everything.
I would really like someone who supports education and sees that the differentiation that we do in the classroom is more important than teaching to a test.
I find that it's important for the next president to be very globally aware and to have relations with the global leaders of the United Nations.
Well, Christina, let me tell you, what I'm really interested in is seeing if, once again, the young people will get out to vote. In the last few presidential elections, I think we've seen an uptick in the amount of younger voters, and I hope that continues. You know, the candidates don't seem necessarily as youth-driven as past candidates have, especially with Obama, but hopefully we'll continue the trend and have a lot of young voters again.
Well, obviously, I think education is important. Somebody that's going to put priorities on education and stop testing so much, allowing students to kind of learn on their own and not have to be tested. So I think one of the candidates has to really take a stance on education reform in our country.
Somebody who will exude leadership and lead the United States into the 21st century. It is very important for us to make sure that we are providing a model of leadership in the world.
That America starts to take care of all of its people, rich, poor, black, white, men, women, all sorts of people, and we don't just serve, or we don't have a government that just serves a particular segment of the population. And women's rights, yeah.
I think in our next presidential candidate, we need to have a leader who is strong, has a strong backbone, and is not afraid to stand up to any other leaders in the world.
Well, I think the number one thing for any political election is to have honesty in a candidate. And there just doesn't seem to be enough of that going around in today's society. So it's hard to pick candidates that you don't have any trust in.
Well, first of all, somebody who can really get elected without a big fight, but also somebody who can kind of convince the crazies that dysfunction isn't really serving anybody, that we need a government that can actually get stuff done.
I believe the most important thing of a presidential candidate is somebody that I can trust, somebody that I can believe in.
What I do hope is at some point that the two political parties actually start arguing, cooperating with each other. Instead of arguing with each other and trying to one-up each other, I'd like to see them start working together, because I think that's the only way our government's going to get fixed.
I would say what's most important to me right now is just that the candidates have an awareness of the problems that our country is facing.